Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear learners. This is your English language instructor, Dr. Noorul Huda. I hope you all are doing great and enjoying the blessings of Allah. And I'm pretty sure that by now you have done your bridging activity in which your answer should match mine because this is the correct one. Now, today is a fun day because we are going to learn something very, very important, and that is the concluding writing remarks. Now, whatever writing you are doing, you need to learn to conclude it at the end. If you are not going to conclude it, the reader will forget the main idea and it will not going to last an impression on it. So, the most important thing to learn is to wrap up your story. Now, without a box, all of your great gifts are falling apart. So, if you have a box, and you have tied it well, it looks neat and right. So conclusion is very important because it wraps up everything. It wraps up your idea perfectly for a reader. Now what you have to do is, now comes at the very end of your writing, then this helps your reader to remind that all of your key points and a few sentences that summarize your idea. And remember, this is what you have to do after doing your creative writing. So if you want to make a perfect conclusion, you have to repeat the idea, give your own thought and keep it short. These are three very necessary steps for a great conclusion. Now, what is the first step? First step means you always have to start with the main point. It means whatever the main idea you had, you have to write it first. Then you have to mention all of the key points you have discussed into the paragraph. For example, if you have talked about staying healthy, your main point sentences can be, we talked about eating healthy, exercising and drinking plenty of water. So this would be your main idea. Now offer advice or a suggestion or your opinion after giving your main idea, because this is step number 2 and this is very important. Why? Because this gives your personal message to the reader to wrap up your writing. Now, what it could be? It could be, our final thought sentence would be, doing things can help us stay healthy. Now, number 3, you have to be very short. Don't make it a long or retell the story once again, because that is going to be very boring. So, main 3 rules: just make it short, sweet and to the point, because you don't have to retell the story all over again. So how can you write a perfect conclusion on this topic? You have to give the main idea first and then you can give your own opinion. Got it? So now that we know the 3 rules, can we spot the main points and the final thought hidden inside one big sentence? Yes, we can. So this is an example of a conclusion or a concluding sentence. So this is a conclusion. The first line is the main idea and the rest of these 2 lines are the piece of advice you have given. And you can see it is short, sweet and crisp. And we have learned, remind the main idea, give your thoughts and write only a few sentences if you want to come up with a better conclusion, because it wraps up your creative writing nicely. Now what you have to do is to write or do this activity in the class with the help of your teacher, and don't forget to write a concluding sentence at the end. Then go home, do the homework with the help of your parents. See you again in the next LIFFT. Till then, bye-bye, Allah Hafiz.